Welcome back to another video, guys. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to utilize all the settings and all the features that come on your Sur-ron Ultra Bee. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to have to do is power up the bike, and you're also going to want to make sure your kickstand is in the downward position. Then simultaneously hold the ready and ASR button down for 3 seconds, and that'll bring up your settings menu. The first setting that's going to pop up is B, and this stands for braking regen. And this is when you're riding and you hit the brakes, the motor will also provide additional braking power. There's 5 levels of intensity to this, 0 being completely off and 5 being the most intense. Just tap the ready button to cycle through each power level. After that, hit the ASR button to go to the next setting. Next setting is going to be E, or engine braking. You're going to feel this when you're riding and you let off your throttle and you begin to coast. Your motor will automatically start to slow itself down, using that braking power to charge your battery back up. This can prolong the life of your brakes since you're not going to have to use them as much, while at the same time putting power back into your battery for your ride. Again, it comes with 5 levels of intensity, 0 being completely off, while 5 is going to be the most intense. And really quick guys, before we move on to the next setting, it's important to note with the regen braking settings, they will not work unless your battery is under 95%, and they will not kick in at all unless you're in sport mode. Alright, we can go ahead and tap the ASR button again to go to the next setting. Next setting is going to be A, and this stands for ASR, or traction control. Traction control is used in loose dirt or sand, and it doesn't allow the wheel to spin out. There are only 3 levels of intensity to this setting, and to activate this setting during a ride, you're going to reach over to your ASR button, tap it 3 times quickly, and then your light on your display will come on indicating that traction control is enabled. To go back and disable it again, quickly hit the ASR button 3 more times, and that will disable the setting. Hit the ASR button again to cycle to the next setting. Next up is P, and this is going to be your brake override. So while you're riding, you hit the brakes, your motor shuts off. This one only has 2 settings, 0 is off, 1 is on. Going on to the next setting is going to be C, and this is your spillover switch. So if you go and dump your bike on accident, as a safety precaution, the bike will shut off. This one only has 2 settings again, 0 is going to be off, 1 is going to be on. The next mode that's going to pop up is F, and this is your throttle sensitivity. F1 being the least sensitive of the throttle settings, while 3 is going to be the most sensitive. This setting is also only going to apply in sport mode. Next up on the settings list is T, and this is Diagnostics. 0 is going to be off, 1 is going to be on. When enabled, this setting allows your bike to record possible faults that might happen during your ride. So if something unfortunate were to happen to your bike during a ride, a Surron technician could go back and see exactly what your system was doing up until the incident, which would make it a lot easier to diagnose a problem. And the last setting that's going to come up is U, and this is your charging speed setting. This is useful if you come up to a power source that can't quite provide the power that the bike can normally receive, so you can lower your power intake on the bike. That way you can still use that power source without overwhelming it. It has 3 different settings. U1 is going to be the slowest, and it's going to charge at 480 watts. U2 is going to be 750 watts, and the fastest is U3, which is going to be 1100 watts. Next up guys, I'm going to show you how to change the time on your bike. First, hold the M button down for 3 seconds, which will allow the hours to be edited. After that, you can go down to the S button and scroll through the hours until it's at the correct hour. Once it's at the correct hour, hit the M button 1 more time, which will switch the editing over to the minutes. Select the right minute within the hour and then click M to set the time. Next up guys, I'm going to show you how to change your speedometer from kilometers to miles per hour, or from miles per hour to kilometers. Starting off with the bike off, hold down the M button on the display and then flip the bike on. Continue to hold down the M button until the miles per hour changes to kilometers. This will work the same way from kilometers to miles per hour. Next up we have reverse mode. So with the bike on, tap the ready button, and then over on your left side to the right of your horn there is a little button you will hold down, which will prompt the R to pop up on your screen, meaning the bike is now in reverse. Releasing the button will disable reverse mode. Right above the reverse button we have high beams, low beams, and your toggle light switch. The big red button on the right side of your handlebars is going to be your kill switch. Pointing it up is going to be completely off, the bike will not do anything, and having it down is in ready mode. Underneath that red kill switch is going to be your sport, eco, and daily controls. And guys, that is going to be the end of the video. Those are all the settings that come with your Sur-ron Ultra Bee. I hope you guys found this helpful. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.